Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel, or whatever people say now. What we're going to do today is resuscitate an old Kindle, which is kind of a thing that I like to do. I have four Kindles right now. I have a Scribe, I have an Oasis, I have a first generation Kindle in the background there, and I have this Kindle Keyboard, which is a third generation Kindle, which to me is one of the three great Kindles that have ever been released. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. We're gonna replace the battery because, as you can see, the battery is super dead. I've tried charging it up, maybe lasts for half a day, but it dies really quickly with Wi-Fi. So we're gonna pop this guy open and see if we can make it work again like a brand new one. So I bought a little battery kit from Amazon, and we're gonna try it out. You might be wondering why do this? Why resuscitate an old Kindle? Why spend the time? And it's a good question. I happen to really like this form factor. I mentioned that it is one of the three great Kindles. I would say this was the first Kindle that was really killer, really viable for almost anyone. They got the price down, the functionality was great. The keyboard was fine. There wasn't a touchscreen keyboard. This isn't a touchscreen Kindle. And so the keyboard was a really great way to interface with the store and to search. Uh, and it also wasn't quite as janky and cruddy as some of the first generation keyboards. And so I think it was a really great device. It had a really cool case, which I'll talk about maybe in a subsequent video. It had a light case, which I really dig. Um, I would say the other great Kindles are the Kindle Paperwhite, which was the first one with a proper backlight. And I think the Oasis is a pretty great device. Now, as I mentioned, I have an Oasis and I have a Scribe. So why would I resuscitate this guy? Well, one of the things I realized a couple months ago is that as much as I love the high resolution screen, the physical buttons, the general form factor of the Oasis, it doesn't quite fit into a pocket. And say what you want to about this guy is even though it's a pretty big fellow with some big bezels, it can fit usually in a jeans pocket. It can fit in a coat pocket, and it's actually pretty a pretty good size to carry around. I also own it already, and I don't like to buy new stuff when I've got something that can be repaired. And even though Kindles these days are pretty cheap, uh, for 15 bucks, I was able to get a new battery, and I want to give it a shot just to see if we can make it work. So these aren't really designed to be opened. As you can see, there's no screws or anything on the back. You have to pry it. So we're going to see if we can do it without breaking too many of the tabs. And I think once we get inside there, the battery replacement itself is going to be pretty straightforward. So let's get this kit open and see what comes with it. All right, so we've got our kit here. And when we look inside, we get some little budgery guys here. We get a little screwdriver, which I think will be necessary to get the battery out. And we get a brand new battery. So this is a 3.7 volt battery, 1750 milliamp hours, 6.5 watt hours. Should be great. I don't know what the original battery is, but we'll find out when we pull it out. But the hope is that this will run this thing forever. You know, a brand new Kindle with a brand new battery can go for a very, very long time. So I'm hoping that we can get this guy back to where we want it to be. So what I'm going to do is try to pop it open, and we'll see what we can make happen here. Now, looking at some other videos, they usually try to pry up here in the corner, so that's where I'm going to start. You know, you can see this Kindle had speakers, which is pretty great. There's the first tab. Second tab. Got to be careful around the buttons. I don't want to break those because. Let's see. Let's get down here. The odds of me being able to do this without making any. Oh, shit, I broke off a little bit of my pick. That's okay. There we go. Look at that. Poppity pop. You know, one of the things that really frustrates me is not being able to easily repair things. And Uh, this is a perfectly good Kindle. Like, I loaded some books on it with the battery that it has just to make sure that it still worked, and it works great. It works fine. And so if I can get it working again, that'd be really cool. This bottom's popped off. Almost there. So far, I don't think I've broken any tabs, which is nice. Let's see. If we can pull this guy open. If we can pull, I think there's a tab under there. There it goes. Oh, I see one. See the tab right there next to the top button. There we go. Sweet. All right. Let's see what we can do. Get this guy popped open. Really going to try not to break it because that would not make a very good video. Not sure how good a video this is going to make anyway, but try the little spudgery guys this came with in a minute. See if it'll help me pry. Get under there if I can. There we go. All right. All very plasticky here. Underneath the buttons over here, if I can. There we go. That side's open. And now, I can just pull this side out. Get in there, baby. There's a little clip in there somewhere. Tab. Almost got him. It's a very sickening sound, these tabs, but it's okay. They've got some give. And again, if you break one, there's a whole bunch of other ones. Why don't work on cars? Just kind of go in there and start hacking. Okay, I think we got the back just about all the way off. I'm going to try one of the supplied pry tools here. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Better than my pick. I probably should have done that to begin with. I'm going to stick a pick in there just to keep the gap open. And use my other spudgery guy here to pry. Get under there. Come on, baby. You know you want to open up. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and we are into our Kindle. So looks like this is a exact match for the original battery, 1750 milliamp hours, 6.5 watt hours. I mean, this looks exactly the same, except for the Amazon logo is not there. So that's all good. We see why we have our little screwdriver, which I'm quite happy to have. So I'll do this. Pop this guy off. I use this Kindle for years. I think it's probably close to 10 years old. It's a great device. This is before they had the 300 ppi screens, which is too bad because that's a great resolution. Feels a lot more paperish. They also have done a lot of work over the years with um, having a better refresh for the e-ink screen. But the reality is this guy is good enough, especially for just kind of a carry around. Look at that battery's out. For just a little carry around unit. And so I'd love to make it work again because I think you should always try to fix things if you can. So, get my screws. Put that. Screwdriver's not magnetized, which kind of stinks. Might use one of my better screwdrivers here. but there we go. Ooh, I get a green light. That's a good sign. Hopefully, I don't shock myself here with either this, cheapo battery or just, mess around inside. I mean, I'm just joking. This thing doesn't have enough voltage to hurt me, but all right. And yoink, that's all good. And so now let's see. Hey, look at that. Kindle's booting up. That's super hot. Close her back up again. Snap it shut. Nice sickening plastic, but that's okay. That's just the sound plastic makes when everything's friction sealed. And voila, look at that. Restored Kindle. We'll see how long the new battery lasts, but if it is truly a new battery, it should last now for weeks. And I'm looking forward to making good use of a perfectly good Kindle that I had laying around the house. Um, Watching it boot up. You're watching it as well, and I think she is in good shape. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Perfect, ready to go. So there you go. Hope this has been fun. Look at that. My books are showing up. Very exciting. Hope this has been fun. It's been fun for me to try to do it. And we'll see. Wow, the battery even came. Look at that. That's interesting. So that's interesting. The battery is showing a question mark. I imagine there might be some initial battery conditioning that happens when you put a new battery in. But we'll find out. I'll post more if I get more information. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. And leave a like or subscribe or do whatever you want to do. But it's been fun. Thanks.